All right, let's talk about how my 48-year-old dad has a 2-year-old by my 24-year-old middle school friend. We'll call her quote unquote friend.
Oh wow.
So let's start from the very beginning. I'm gonna call her dancer name, Candy.
Oh my.
So me, Candy, and then the other girl, Genesis, we gonna say that that's her name too. That's her dancer name. So start from the beginning. We all meet in middle school, thick as thieves, yada yada yada. Me and Candy was never really like friends like that. It was more so like she got pregnant at 16 because she knew how to pop her pussy as soon as she popped her pussy. So she got pregnant at 16 and made me her son's godmom, which love that. I basically claimed the title. Love kids was my first experience with a baby.
Y'all
Boom.
just do dumb shit.
So anytime she would go dancing, which was straight out of high school, 2019, which is the same year that my dad got out of jail. He went in when I was 7 and he got out when I was 19. So we're fast forwarding from the middle school era.
All right, I stopped to here to clear some things up, guys. Her dad went into jail when she was 7 years old, which means that when she was in middle school, her dad didn't know this girl that he got pregnant. I just think that's important to note before people start jumping to conclusions saying that this man is off and all that kind of stuff, because it's going to be important moving on.
Now she's a dancer. Boom. Her first night dancing. My dad's there. So she calls me and she's like, hey, I think that your dad is at the club that I'm working at. He's asking people, like, do they know you? And I was like, yeah, I know who that is. Da 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 da. Then she's like, well, don't tell, at the end of the call, she's like, well, don't tell him that I called you.
This
At
story
first I
don't
was
make
like,
no damn sense already.
that's weird. But then I'm like, okay, whatever. She's nervous. It's her first night. Okay, boom. So then it comes out a couple months later, like, my dad, he's a Virgo. And if you know, you know. Virgos are very vindictive and they love to tell their business, like, to be funny. So he's like, well, we all go out together. My sister's in the back seat. And he's like, well, your friend's the one who's sucking dick in private rooms.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So me being me, I'm like, my bitch would never da 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 da. Why is my bitch never ring? So I call her and I'm like, I can call her right now. He was like, she's out of town, which she was. Which I was like, all right, now I'm starting to lose hope on the.
So your dad recently got released from prison. He is now at the strip club where your friend works, and he is there asking people, do they know you? 1 + 1 = you must be someone who works at that strip club. I ain't gonna say you're a stripper or nothing. You might be a bottle girl, whatever the case may be, but why would your father be asking people in the strip club if they know you? Y'all work at the same damn club. I just thought about that.
So it comes out, we're questioning. I'm like, me and my siblings got a little group chat. We talking about it. They like, you should just ask her, like, is she messing with our dad? So then I asked the bitch, like, so are you messing with this nigga? Like, we have a whole falling out. Like, you're weird as fuck for even accusing me of trying to fuck on your dad and trying to be with him. And I'm like, first of all, my siblings is the one who's really like at question that you fucking with him. But my question was more so, was you sucking dick in the private room? That was my question. So then she's like, that's weird. He paid me to get off stage and that was it. And so then I call him and he's like, well, just call her. I'll add her to the call right now. I said, well, how'd you get her number? And he got quiet, didn't want to answer that question.
Got him! Got him!
So then let's fast forward again. And I know there's a lot of like little fast forwards, but it all makes sense. So fast forward again. Like she stopped talking to me for maybe like 4 months or so. So we link up and this is our first little time like talking since like us not like our little falling out or whatever.
2,000 years later.
And we go to the pool and I'm like, okay girl, you gaining a little weight, like period, like with a little 100-pound self. So, all right, we talking, lollygagging, whatever, and she's like, yeah, I just thought it was it is what it is. I just thought it was a little weird that you accused me of trying to be with your dad.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
I'm like, I mean, I didn't accuse you. It was kind of just like put out there. So I asked you about it, like, period. So it comes up again as soon as I tell my siblings, like, oh yeah, me and her is cool again. Like, they're like, girl, like, what is wrong with you? Like, she was messing with our dad. And I'm like, I don't think that it was that deep. I feel like she'll do anything for $1. Like, that's how Aquariuses are. They're willing to pop their coochie for anybody. So,
That
like,
was easy.
I know how my friend is. So I just chalked it up to, like, that's just how she is. Like, she just wants money and he's willing to manipulate anybody. So he was like, yeah, this is something that I won't have to tell Aisha. So keep it between us for $1. So, and I know that that's the type of nigga that he is. If you know,
Hey, I don't know how much people talk about this, but a woman that grew up with a manipulative dad and a toxic dad, they be bad too. Nigga might as well not have been around it, and it probably would have been better. Real talk, man. Hey, I'm gonna let it play.
Virgos, then you know. So, fast forward.
A few moments later.
We have another falling out because now my siblings are like not letting it go again. Da 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 da. I call her probably like 4 or 5 months later, and I'm like, look, like, I'm going on a little vacation. Like, my dad, he's taking us all on a trip for his birthday in September. And I want to, like, I don't go without my friends because I don't really with my siblings. So I'm like, yeah, bitch, like, you should just come because, like, I want you to come. Like, we could get drinky drinks on the beach. And she's like, well, I can't really drink. I said, what the fuck, you pregnant? And so she, in the camera, showing me her belly. And I'm like, oh shit, like, and then she tried to make it seem like she didn't know who her baby daddy was. Like, she was like, oh, I don't know, it could be my son's dad, or it could be this older nigga that I'm talking to, being real fucking discreet about it, right? So we go on. I asked my dad if she can come on the vacation with us, not knowing that my sister had already asked if her boyfriend could come, and he said no extra people, period. So then I asked, but he said yes to me, and come later on to find out, she called him and told him, like, tell her no, because, like, you gonna blow up the whole spot. So, weird shit. Then she ends up being able to go on the vacation with us, but I'm like, this nigga gonna be mad as fuck when we get to this airport. You're pregnant. He gonna be like, why did you ask for your pregnant friend to come to the airport with me? Like, any other person would probably be pissed. So then he didn't say shit about it, like, almost like he knew. So I'm like, oh, that's weird. Like, he didn't say shit. Like, and mind you, she's still acting like, oh yeah, that's crazy. Knowing whole time you carrying my little sister, boo.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
So,
Damn, that is
and during
your
these
sister.
arguments, when she's like falling out with me, she's like, you're not my daughter's godmom. It doesn't matter. You will not be around this baby like that. And that's because she knows, like, how attached I am to my godson. So she's trying to, like, use him as a bargaining. So then we got, like, she comes on the vacation. They're acting weird the whole time. Me and my dad end up getting in this big ass fucking argument because she had to sit in the trunk. And I'm like, why the fuck are you worried about what she's doing with her son and with her baby in her belly? Like, why are you being so careful about what the fuck she got going on when you don't care about your kids that are fucking here, weirdo? So then we end up falling out. He drops us all off at the airport at 10 in the morning. Our flights aren't till like, and we're all just sitting there, and we can't even check our bags in until a certain time. So we're literally just sitting there while he's riding around Puerto Rico.
Say, bro, my whole thing is, why is she upset about this again? They grown, and her daddy obviously just out there throwing that thing around. Like, why does she care? Like, I don't understand it, bro. And the whole story is so damn crazy because she said she wasn't even all that cool with the girl in the beginning of the video, and was like, that was never like her friend. But then the girl who wasn't your friend, who you wasn't that cool with, decided to make you, of all people, instead of the people that she's probably more close to, the godmother of her child. Like, that don't add up, bro. Like, it don't add up at all. What is going on? Hey, man, none of these stories make sense.
Mind you, the two people that got the audacity to be mad about anything for any of these situations are the two people at fault for anything. My sister had ended up hearing her say, like, at the airport, like, I don't know why he does y'all like that, but he would never do that to me. And then he said it to she said it to the sister that is not the one that keeps secrets. Like, that bitch gonna ask a question or two. So I hear about the information after the fact, and I'm like, that's weird, but I just don't think that my friend would do that. We go home, and my mom, she's like, I had just found out I was pregnant. But this is 6 months, like, when she was 6 months. So I just found out I was pregnant, and I'm like, oh, wow, like, this is crazy. My mom took me to, like, an improv show, and we're leaving out, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, like, Kayla's pregnant, and, well, I ended up saying her name in the last clip, so it is what it is. But, so I'm like, all right, she pregnant.
You could have edited that
my mom, like, you know that very well might be your dad's baby. So I'm like, bitch, where the fuck did that come from? Comes from, my mom was like, oh, well, yeah, there's been a couple of times that me and your dad have been out getting, like, a drink or something at the bar, and she'll FaceTime him, and then, like, he'll prop up the phone because he knows it's weird that I see the girl that I've been around since she was fucking 13, and, like, I see her name pop up, and, like, why would you not answer? Like, what the fuck does she want from you? But then, why is she calling you? So then she's like, I mean, I'm just saying, he let her go on that vacation, like, all this other stuff. Genesis, she's in the back, and she's like, look, I'm not gonna lie, she's been telling me about this second baby daddy being an older guy that I might know, all this other stuff, and I'm like, so everybody putting 2 and 2 together but me, because I'm fucking like,
slow.
What? Like, this is like shocking to me. We leaving the improv. I'm like, me and Genesis is coming to these like conclusions. I'm like, well, what did she tell you? Like, because this is what she's telling me about the second baby daddy. That's a question mark. So what is she telling you? And then we're like comparing. So I ask her about this shit again, and she's like, I can't believe that you would even think that I would have a baby with your dad, or like this baby would even potentially be your dad's. And you know his old ass over here like, what, me? I would never do that. What do you think I am? A pervert. That's what I think you are.
How? She grown as fuck. So them older niggas that you be messing with perverts too, bro. That's the crazy thing. They only like it. They hate it when it don't benefit them, bro. Like, this girl is 24 years old and works in a strip club, dog. Listen, she is not innocent. Ain't nothing innocent about her, bro. I ain't saying that automatically make her one of them harlots, but you know, your daddy been in jail buku long, bro. 24 years old, that's a grown ass looking woman right there, boy. Ain't nothing perverted about him trying to clap her cheeks. And she got it out there to exposed at the strip club too. Come on, man, but he 24 years old.
Let's just forward another 6
And she a stripper.
The baby born, right? Baby's born, looks more like my dad than all 10 of his kids.
Oh shit.
So when she came out, I knew. So I'm like, this is just appalling to me that y'all are really over here trying to act like this baby don't got no daddy, and you was just gonna act her whole life like you didn't know who the her dad was, to try to appease this nigga's reputation because he just got you pregnant and he's 50 years old. Like,
I thought she said the nigga was 48.
You were gonna let my little sister know who the fuck her parent was?
Did she say he was 48?
You're a hoe and he's old. Like, I don't get that. So
they call each other hoes.
Like, it's a big ordeal, like going back and forth, and her picture got out, and she's like, oh, you're sending pictures of my daughter to a random old, like, that's not even her dad. Not even her dad? What? You trying to make it seem like I am weird? No, bitch, you're weird. And then I'm like, why are we really like lying about like the paternity of a fucking really weird ass shit? Like, what type of mind games did this nigga put on you to make you think that it's okay to be like, oh, you just don't have a dad right now, like, and I just don't know who it is, like, let's be for real. And then you fucking putting it on your other baby daddy, trying to make it seem like it could potentially be his. Bitch, you know, get the fuck out of his relationship and his motherfucking business, and you making him stress out over something that you already fucking know. Like, this nigga couldn't have put the dick on you that good. Like, be fucking for real. So, and then let's not even forget, this nigga got a whole fiance whole time. Got a whole fiance. And then she gets pregnant too. Like, what the fuck?
It's a hot ghetto mess.
It's just a messy ass, weird ass shit. And she gets forgiven for this. Because I'm like, at this point, the baby is born. I just want you to tell the truth. Like, I just want you to tell the fucking truth. Like, and then her excuse when she finally says, like, okay, like I can't really deny it anymore. Like this, it's his baby, but I was only seeing him because your family accused me of him before I ever him. So, as my sister would say in the group chat, poor management. You can't use your as revenge.
Lord.
Your good time turns into a fucking long time because now you're gonna be a single mother for the rest of this little girl. Now my godson, years old and calls me TT, has a sister who is a 2-year-old sister who's calling me sissy. Son got a 6 months older than him, auntie. Cause you want to intertwine our motherfucking family tree so bad. Like this all the time. This was the weirdest shit. But she does weird shit I don't even know how I've been friends with her after this for 2 years because it's just weird shit. It's a bad omen. Like,
y'all don't be having real friendships.
as soon as I start
That's
being
why.
around her, bad shit start happening. Dead bird hit my window, house catch on fire, windshield shattered. Like, it's literally the devil. Like,
But that's
I
your
don't
partner.
know. Like, I don't know. Like,
Oh, Lord.
management. You can't use your pussy as a weapon. It's the whole baseline. Because if your pussy's all you got, you're gonna end up with just. And I'm not even done. I'm about to tell a whole bunch of story times on the grimy shit.
And this her friend.
Like,
And she about
the
to come.
grimy shit.
my God.
And I'm probably the only motherfucker
Oh, you really a friend?
that's giving her this many. You trying to play me? This is just story number 1. Like, please tune in.
Said, bro, leave them messy females alone, fellas. I'm telling you, no good gonna come from it, dog. If there's a whole bunch of drama like this going on, run from the hills as soon as you hear the first story. Real talk. Don't victim to this, bro. They be fun to be around and all that kind of shit there, but boy, listen, you gonna pay on the back. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. A lot of ghetto ratchet shit happened. Subscribe button. We almost at 200K. Catch y'all on the next.